can throw your stones at me, it would never break me. Make it hard on me, that's the life that made me. You can throw your stones at me, it would never break me. Make it hard on me, that's the life that made me. Yeah. You can throw your lies and your slip. Situation there, y'all got to handle. Hey, when the lights went off, use the candles. And when the world went dark, became a counter. Y'all, I used to have my mind in the slammer. I didn't know, but I swear I had the answers. I separated from the trash, I ain't even mad. Cause I ain't doing bad, got them in a bag. I'm moving like a lion on crew jack. Salute the prince in the fringes, that's the new flag. Only with your hood, we can do it all. Y'all, I'm giving up my life just to prove it all. There's nothing to it, been through it. Endurance in my blood like a kin to it. Those who opted out never included. Brother, lack of foundation, get you uprooted. They want truth, give them what they ask for. Never seeking for the front, I'm in the back row. People mighty till you hit them with the max load. Man, them coons only cowards trying to act bold. Systematic, post-traumatic, synthetic salvation, turn them to an addict. Ain't the common thing, they doubt it automatic. If you come with a solution, now you're problematic. I'm only offering a better way. If a man isn't mighty, he's a featherweight. You who would get the credit, ain't no other way. You know me by the hook like the letter J. 613, that's the lifestyle. 24/7 brewing right now. Brew world, think about a paradise. You gotta obey just to get a slice. You can throw your stones at me, it would never break me. Make it hard on me, that's the life that made me. You can throw your stones at me, it would never break me. Make it hard on me, that's the life that made me. Stacking his knowledge to spend it. Stacking his knowledge to spend it. Don't even need me a minute. I don't even need me a minute. And no one can stop me. No. I'm by my father's business. Now they all brand new. I am no African, no. But brother, I'm gonna do what I gotta do. Yeah, ain't thinking about coming. Don't know who you thinking I am, but you can call me a proclaimer. I'm about the truth for no brainer. Keep a precept in the chamber. I'm in a different world, acknowledge a powerful proof. He taught me to be a man, you cannot find it some goof. I do not hang with the pupils, repping the Zion with lions. We cannot run out of power, not when your who is supplied. Bro, if I'm lying, I'm dying.
Shalom, Yasharal. I hope all is well. I said earlier that we would have to, that I feel the need. Now, whether that's right or wrong, I don't know. I guess we'll see. I feel the need to come back and read some more of 73. But don't get it twisted. We are going to continue in Psalm 74. But given the day I've had and what has transpired throughout it, I have been compelled to address this once again. What am I attempting to address? Our application of understanding, or better, the lack thereof. Someone who I was talking to in the AM, I was talking to someone, and our conversation got led to the garden and the tree of the knowledge of good and evil and the fruit. I probably was instrumental in getting it to that subject. I won't lie. I'm Yahuwah made. What are you going to do? But that person, like a lot of people, wouldn't let me get the answer, the truth of what the tree in the garden was and the fruit of it out of my mouth. And like I just said, a lot of people have done that, and a lot of them, about half of them probably, have had the same, similar reason for them to not want to hear it. And that was that they felt that they need to learn that on their own time or in their own time or whatever. Which, hey, is, that's probably, somewhat true. That was the first thing that began to compel me to come back to our lack of understanding. But what ultimately went ahead and drove the nail into the coffin of me thinking that I wasn't going to address this again was someone messaged me and asked, out of the blue, if I smoke weed, and they said eat. This was in a message, so they said eat. They asked me if I ate, so I think that they asked if I eat weed, or do I drink alcohol, drugs, smoke cigarettes, right? To which I answered, yes, I do. I do smoke. Both, actually. And drink alcohol? My gosh, yes. I love beer. Ain't nothing like a good cold beer after a long, hot day. Or a Bloody Mary. Just 'cause. And I don't know for sure. It would be an assumption, which would be false, and error on my behalf, if I told you I think or believe that the reason that person asked me that was because of the way my voice may have sounded in past videos or video. I'm not going to assume that that's where what caused them to ask me these questions. But it's the only thing I could come up with. And I don't care if it is. Either way. It had to beg the question, is anyone out there using understanding? I understand that if my voice sounds one way one day, one way the next, eyebrows will be raised. and assumptions. More than likely, false accusations will be made. I understand that. There was a time when I didn't understand that, and it about killed me. Just the thought of what people were saying about me behind my back just chapped my ass. Thankfully, that's one thing that I have been refined in. I wouldn't be admitting to anything right now had someone not asked me that question, those questions, right? And there's nothing that could be said that I could see or hear being said about me that will surprise me, or that will be something that I couldn't imagine being said about me. It truly seems like I've heard it all, right? And I truly have seen all of those people's true intentions or motive to talk about me or say things about me falsely or true. One way I was shown their heart was the fact that there was never questions asked that expressed, in fact, love or concern or care. Everyone that's asked me what I do, if I'm a no good, dirty drug addict or alcoholic, anyone that's ever asked me that, you could see, a blind man could see, that there was no concern in those people that spurred those questions. No, the opposite, actually. They weren't asking to see if I was okay or I needed help. They wanted fuel, ammunition. They wanted shit to talk about, right? And I understand that. I don't do it, but I understand. I get it. I get why people choose the world. Because when you are walking completely against the world, it's hard. And no one ever said it would be easy. We actually were told how hard it would be, right? When that person asked me that tonight, and I laid it bare because I don't care. I danced around on eggshells like I often do on account of their feelings, because I don't want to hurt anyone's feelings. I don't want anyone to get salty with me or with anyone or anything. So even though I was accused falsely of falsely accusing them, which is nowhere in our conversation. I quickly seen that there was no reasoning going to take place on the other side of the conversation, and that it was going to where a lot of conversations go that I have, and that is to the south side of town, where animosity, vindictiveness, and just hatred. It would end up to be a conversation that I would never want to have. And if I would have known that that's where it would have ended up, I would have never bothered the person to ever say hi to them, because I don't want anyone being salty over something I did. But when people get salty over things that I didn't do, but they firmly believe I did or do, then I can't help that. But what I can do is try to go over one more time. I almost said last time, probably won't be. I'm not the boss. I don't call the shots. I'm an employee, and I'm going to try my best to maintain my status as an employee, which it's the only status I could have. But I'll try to keep my big head in check and stay humble and understand that I can only be an employee, and I'm thankful, grateful to be that, and that the Most High is the one who calls the shots. But tonight I can speak about the lack of understanding used by people and how vital it is. It's basically the key to this whole deal. When the serpent beguiled Hava in the Yarden, she said, no, the Most High told us that as soon as we eat that fruit, we would surely die. And what did the serpent say? He said, you will not surely die. Because the Most High knows when you eat it, your eyes will become open and you will be like Him, the Most High. And He doesn't want you to be like Him. The fact that Hava, Eve, ate that, and regardless of what she did or what whoever did to convince Adam to eat it, was them failing to use understanding. Understanding would have been them saying, didn't He create us? Or asking the question to the serpent, didn't He just create us like yesterday? Did He create you, serpent? Yeah, He created you too. He created everything. Shouldn't I go with what He said? because he has made everything and he loves us, obviously. So why would he tell us not to eat that? Why would he lie about that? He wouldn't. Could it be that he just don't know, like the serpent, like you're telling us, the serpent? No, because he knows that he created you, he created me. I'll go with what the Creator said, okay? That would have been them using understanding. The knowledge of good and evil, what they call the doctrine of the Kabbalah tree, will lead one to believe that through their own acts and merit, one can achieve divinity all the way to the top, just like the serpent told Hava. If you eat of this fruit, you will become like the Most High. And he don't want you to become like him. Straight up lie. But the real foul that was committed was when they, from a lack of understanding, went ahead and ate thereof. They used no understanding. I've made videos in the past where I just smoked a couple puffs off a joint. I had a few brewskis. And I was concerned going into making that video, right before I hit the record button and throughout the whole thing and days afterwards. I was worried that people might hear that in my voice and call me out. You know what happened? No one ever did. They actually gave a much warmer reception to those videos than they do to the videos where I'm sober as a judge and major revelations are being repeated by me to people who've never heard the truth of those situations or matters. I've had people accuse me falsely for probably the last 2 years, I would say, every day. At least once or twice a day. I get it. And that never happened to me before I decided to throw my Christmas tree out into the middle of a cul-de-sac. Why, it just so happened to be that all the neighbors were outside after me and my ex-old lady had just had a knockdown drag out inside, which I'm sure they all heard. When I decided to refuse the pressure and attempts to get me to comply, that's when people started to hate my guts. That's when people started to boldly show me that they hate me. Even though, because I, all praise to Abba, was shown what understanding means, truthfully, and I started to apply the method of understanding. I understand why they hate me. If I would have been all those things they accuse me of before I stepped out of the box in truth, heading towards the Most High, there wouldn't have been that much of an issue. I have people who are shaming me, scoffing me, and over false accusations of those very thoughts, who knew I was a no good son of a bitch drug addict in the past, but never said anything because I lined their pockets. But now I'm all the rave. So I had to come back and talk about understanding and how it's the key to all of this, basically. And if it is what's going to either get you out of the category according to the Most High. In His Word, we can find in His Word the category of those who are going to be destroyed because of pride. It will be, if you don't have understanding, you are in the category of the proud, and you are going to be destroyed per the Most High's words. If you have understanding, if you found it, not have it, because none of us were born with it, it's a miracle that I have it. Most people think that I think I'm smarter than everyone when I repeatedly declare to all who wants to hear that I'm the world's biggest dumbass. And if I sound like I'm boasting or bragging, it's usually a joke that someone who might have been around long enough to know me and has gained enough understanding that that's how I joke. I joke like that because I know they'll get it. And I know those who have no understanding, but they think they do, will flee, and all we'll see is the bottom of their Nikes instantly, which is okay by me. I love everyone, yeah. I wish for no one to perish. And that statement right there, I understand that a lot of people who will hear this rolled their eyes over that. And they just, heavenly matters can't be comprehended by them because they have no understanding. They can't understand why I would say that. Why? Because it's nothing that they have ever seen or heard before. I'm Yahuwah made, baby. Do I do things I shouldn't do? Do you? What did you do today? That person that asked me if I'm a no, and look, let's not beat around the bush here. Don't play coy with me. If I come and asked you after I watched a video of yours if you do all those things, go ahead and feel free to believe that I'm getting at the fact that I'm thinking that that's what you do and that's what you are now. And your answer is gonna have, it's gonna either cause me to never want to listen to your videos again, or it'll probably cause me to just keep always questioning everything you do, and if you're doing something that I won't be approving of the whole time, until I know for sure that you're not. You see, anyone would feel that they are being accused when those questions are asked. And naturally, I feel that way. And the excuse for that probably has a lot to do with, it happens to me every day. And these people who are full of pride love, just like the Most High says, to uncover their heart. They love showing you where their heart is. Like I said in the beginning, everyone who has ever, and there's a lot, trust me, everyone who falsely accuses me never show any love in their accusations or questions. So it's a dig. They're there to jab at you, to whatever. This happens every day. So forgive me if I do expect it. But I would never, because I've found understanding, all thanks to the Most High, I will never put words in your mouth. I will give you the benefit of the doubt until I can no more. Once you tell me, and you don't have to say the words, if you express no love and you uncover your heart, whether you know you did or not, your intentions, your fruit is evident. And trust me, when someone comes with concern, true concern and love, and asks me those questions, I'm gonna know it, and I'll probably die right then and there. That's why I get choked up when I talk about Abba. Because his love is proven to me every second. Versus everyone else I know uncovering their heart, showing me that they could give a rat's ass about me. And they might even blow smoke up my ass just to get a little more information, gossip, juicy gossip, they think, or money, or help, or my back, or my boots, or whatever. That's why I get choked up when I talk about Abba. How could I not, right? But I'm not complaining, because I'm thankful to be walking in this relationship with the Most High, which all those people who has falsely accused me, who on the days I probably was a little high when I made a video, were on there just singing my praises and never even considered the thought that I might be. But on the days that I were clean as a whistle, like today when I just had finished a run And I've went through great lengths to get my diet, my everything back on track. They all accuse me of doing something that I'm not. And if they would just ask me, I would tell them. I'll tell you. If you want to know what I do, try me. And when I tell you what I do, maybe you'll believe that I'm telling you the truth. But I will not hold my breath. Because the reason that is evident, that is the driving force, the inspiration for them falsely accusing me, it's because of who I am and the truth that comes out of my mouth. You know why? Because the majority of those people who do that to me, they always make it about if I'm doing those things that they are accusing me of, but they could have no idea, no way of knowing whether I do or not. Their beef is always, how do you expect, you ain't in a relationship with the Most High doing that? The person tonight said, you can't have the Ruach dwell within you if you do things like that. Right before that, they said that when I asked them, I said, why, when they asked me those questions, if I did all those things, after I said yes, I said, did you ask me that because you thought by one of my videos I sounded high or something? And I know which one that they were talking about. And they said, well, you can't have the Ruach dwell within you if you do all these things, right? Most of my videos, all of them actually, whether I've done anything or not, I consider strongly the possibility, the probability, that they're going to think that. It used to be something that stopped me from hitting the record button. I expect everyone to think that as I'm speaking right now. But I'm going to tell you something right now, and I know you're not going to want to hear this. I know. Why do I know that you're not going to want to hear this? Because a lot of people that I've told before didn't want to hear it. Matter of fact, nobody has wanted to thus far. The fact that you come with daggers in your hand and you don't know what an olive branch is and accuse me falsely, which is a fact, and I was truthful to you, which you didn't accept, but actually went ahead and falsely accused me some more of saying some things that I didn't say, that I actually tried hard to make it known to you that I was not saying. It proves, maybe not to you, maybe not to everyone, but it proves to me, but that doesn't matter either. What it proves is to Abba Yahuwah that you are full of pride and have no understanding, not a drop. Because if you had understanding, if you tried to use a little understanding and asked me, why'd your voice sound like that? I could have said, because I got my ass whooped that day and I could barely hold my eyes open. I didn't get much sleep the night before because I'm a single father. It's balls to the wall, baby. All gas, no brakes, from daylight till dark and anything else there is. I'm going beast in the gym, running in the morning. And yeah, I might smoke a joint. I might have had a few beers. But let me tell you something. It wouldn't matter if I smoked all the dope or drank all the alcohol and screwed all the prostitutes in this world. And anything else you can, in your imagination, imagine that I do, it would never be nowhere near as bad as that false accusation. The fact that you never took no time to ask me, you just assumed. It wouldn't. I can smoke all the crack, all the heroin, screw all the hookers, smoke all the cigarettes, drink all the beer, all the whiskey, all the wine, and it will never amount to the level of pride, evilness, which that's what it is, that you displayed by not asking me questions, not being truly concerned. Because if you asked me that, you weren't asking me because you were concerned. You were asking me because you didn't want to be listening to someone's, what you say, teaching, if they're dirty and sinful, right? I'm going to pose this question to you. And you know what? I used to say this all the time, but I just realized I haven't been saying this. Prove me wrong. I'm going to tell you right now, just like I just said, all that stuff you accuse me of, if I did do all that, what you just done is way worse and punishable by death. What I have been accused by you of doing is not. It's not. And I'm going to tell you, I'm going to pose this question. Can you go find where it is in the scripture? You won't, because you can't. But I'll be here waiting, and if you can, you can come and say you can't be a drunkard. I ain't never been drunk making a video. I can't remember the last time I got drunk. I can't remember the last time I wasn't aware of what was going on. If you come with that, well, that's irrelevant. Unless you can find a video where I was just completely out of my mind. But if you're going to talk about the videos where I sound like I just smoked a blunt the size of a hog's leg, well, sadly, for your sake, that wasn't the case. But I will admit that there are a few quite a ways back where you would have been right, but you were someone who was on there singing my praise. Should I have come on there and said, I got something really important that I need to share with you, coming from the word of the Most High, but I'm smoking a doobie right now. I don't feel worthy. Do you feel, where do I feel worthy? What do I need to do? Can you tell me that? What do I need to do or not do to be qualified to do what I'm doing right now? Show me that. You can't. You won't, because where is it? Is there a level of sin that I must not surpass in order to be eligible to praise the Most High on my cell phone? No, you can't find it. if there was a level of sin that once you committed, you cannot be in the presence of the Most High, there ain't no one going to be in the presence of the Most High. You know what? I just told you a few minutes ago what brought me into the presence of the Most High. And I know you think that's bullshit. I know, because I understand. But what you think is an imagination. What's real, what's true, cannot be denied, especially by you. You go ahead and bring me that set amount of sin that once I surpass, I'm ineligible to speak to the Most High. And let's hear all that you do, and let's see if it goes above that bar too. You know? There must be, because everyone says that, you know, all the time. You can't be in a relationship with the Most High talking like that. You smoke cigarettes? Oh. Well, I know those who I really am speaking to right now will never, they've probably gone. They probably ain't even hear me unless they just love the fact that they think I'm all butthurt about this shit. I'm not butthurt. I get this all the time. If it wasn't for the fact that I love you, and I already forgive you, I'd talk to you like I did before you ever accused me, right now. And do it again, and I'll talk to you like I did before you ever accused me, again, and again, and again, and again. You ain't gonna walk over me or use me, but I'm not gonna be like the world and show vengeance towards you because of your ignorance. If I did that, I'd be no different than a person who does all that shit. Am I justifying smoking a couple puffs off of a doobie? No, I'm not justifying power breaking it in the middle of a grocery store parking lot. But does it say that we cannot do those things? No, it does not. He says, don't be a drunkard. But wait a second, though. Didn't it say Noah was a drunkard? And yet he was found to be the only one worthy to live through the flood, him and his family. He was a drunkard, which means he must have got drunk, pissy drunk every day. But if what you say is true, that the Ruach can't dwell within me, if I'm smoking a Newport or a joint or drinking a frickin' beer or smoking crack for all that for that matter, snorting heroin, it doesn't matter. If that what you say is true, we aren't here right now. The whole world would have died, obviously, unless it's all a lie. And that's what I'm starting to think that most of these people believe, because some of their actions just screams it. My own mom tells me the same thing all the time. She accuses me falsely all the time. And all the times if she would have accused me, she'd have been right and I would have admitted it. She never had a clue. Why? Because she was getting something from me, and that's all that mattered. That's not love, that's hatred. But in her mind, she truly believes she loves me, but yet she'll tell me that I'm going to hell and that I shouldn't be on here making videos about the Most High if I'm an alcoholic. I'm like the furthest from an alcoholic. Am I an addict? I'm a fanatic, baby. Yes, I'm an addict. Give me those scripts. If I'm a little buzzed, if I had a couple too many to drink, which I can't remember the last time that happened, I'm still going to rock this mic. And I'm going to rock it right by repeating the words of the Most High. And if you can show me why I shouldn't in His Word, but you won't, because you can't. But if you could, and I'm giving you this challenge, I'm challenging anyone. And hey, I'm not mad at you. Don't take this as me being upset. I'm not. If you take this any way other than I love you, and I so want you to use understanding, because I know that I've seen everywhere in His Word that those who don't use understanding are those who have pride within them, and they are those heading towards destruction. If you take it any other way, then I don't want that to happen to you. I'm on here risking looking back with my hand on the plow because I love you. If you take it any other way than that, you're dead wrong, and I can't help you. And I'm not going to argue with you and try to convince you that you're dead wrong. You take it however you want it, baby. You're dead wrong. You're dead wrong if you think that your false accusations, your lack of loving, caring questions, which would show love and concern, is far worse than if I was the biggest drug addict, dopehead, alcoholic that ever existed. It's far worse than that, because you're showing hatred, pride. You're not showing a clean heart. You're showing a vindictive one, a vengeful one who likes animosity and disputes, conflicts. I know you think that you're better than me because you don't smoke cigarettes or you don't drink and do this. That right there is all the proof you need. But I'll be waiting for that, I guess what would be the best thing to call it, like a limit, like a sin limit, not speed limit, a sin limit. Do you know what the sin limit is? Is it 55 sins a lifetime or per day? And if you go over that, you can't rock the mic, or you're an abomination if you do. Can you show me those things? This is sarcasm right here that you're hearing out of my mouth right now, because you ain't going to find it. And you know what's going to happen? Sis, you already know I'm right, don't you? We're going to see the bottom of their Nikes. And if we see the bottom of your Nikes because I smoke cigarettes, that's going to be a sad day. I don't need to know what you do. I know you do stuff, because we all do. But I'm not mad at you, honey. I'll be your #1 fan. And I'll give you all the encouragement that I can. And you'll never catch me looking down my nose at you, or even asking you what you do with a malicious intent, regardless of how you treat me. You know why? Because I understand that the beginning of wisdom is the fear of Abba Yahuwah, the Most High, our wonderful Creator. That's His name. Don't ever get it twisted. You won't find a sin limit in Scripture, but the fact that you think there is one in your imagination is twisted, and you got yourself very twisted. Prove me wrong. You won't, because you can't. I'll be waiting. Hope you can. If you do, I'll apologize and I'll lay down the mic. And trust me, that's all I want to do. All I want to do is give all honor, all praise, all glory, regardless of whether I took a puff off a vape pen or I drank 3 beers, which I can't remember the last time that happened either. It doesn't matter what I'm doing. Just like the writer of Psalm 73, verse 21 says, "For my heart was in a ferment, and I was pierced in my kidneys. I was stupid and ignorant. I was like a beast toward you." Obviously, whether this is David or whoever it is, he was messed up. He either got drunk or high as hell. His heart was in a ferment. He was pierced in his where? His kidneys. He was stupid and ignorant like a beast. But what happens there in 23? Yet I am always with you. So this must be a lie right here, huh? According to your standards and rules. No. The only thing that needs to be looked at right here is anywhere but yourself, anywhere other than yourself. The only direction you need to be looking with judgment and speculation. It don't even need to be it don't need to be you. And I'll never tell you that that's what you need to do. But the fact that you are expressing pride, no love, all hate, no gas, all gas, no brakes, that's right. The fact that what you do seems like it's not comparable to the sin that old dirty, no good Dottie commits every day. The fact that you think someone, you or whoever, is better than me and more worthy to rock the mic than me is the only thing any of us need to be concerned with. Because, not my words, but the words of the Most High, says those people who do those things, bye-bye. You got a question about what I do? Ask me. If you don't like the truth, brace yourself. If you want to speculate, bye-bye. But if you want to love and be of a mind of understanding, displaying true humility, and you come to me, I'll probably die that very moment. Because I don't see many out there. My last friend, who I thought wouldn't do that, my sis, you're probably hearing me right now. I would have never thought you would do that. But I could tell because you asked me if I smoke cigarettes. Or cigars, actually. You asked me if I smoke cigars. I can tell ever since I said I smoke cigarettes to you, your attitude has changed. Well, we are all in our furnace of our own affliction and fall short. If you haven't fell as short as what you think I have, well, let me know how far you think I fell. and how far you think you haven't fell. And maybe I can come back up to where you are somehow and be as good as you. You guys better use understanding. If you think I'm not a son of the Most High, yeah, I'd be careful with that one. And show me how I'm not. But when you get smacked upside your head, not by me, but by the Most High, don't forget that I did warn you. Noah was a slobbering drunk that just flopped around naked all the time. And his children got punished for doing what you do. They were laughing, having a good time, pulled the blanket off him, and the Most High had furious smoke blasting out his nostrils over that one. Why Noah laid there passed smooth out in a drunken stupor. And was called the only one worthy to live. So, if you don't know what understanding means, you best figure it out. I can tell you if you'd like, and I've tried plenty of times before, but I'll do it as much as you want me to. I'll try my hardest if that's what you want. And I hope you do. If you don't know what understanding means, I hope you do ask. But I'll tell you, any help I can give you didn't come from me. My strength is the only strength that exists, and that is trusting in the Most High and knowing through humility and understanding I have no strength of my own. If I have strength, it's because I'm relying with faith in the Most High. Abba, Yahuwah, he gets all esteem all the time, baby, regardless of the circumstances. Peace out, these out.